Check. Yep. And we are streaming live right now.
We serve notice that there's evictions coming. You've been afflicted with a sickness, ain't no sense in running. Stand and face your judgment, fuck you and your budget. You can hate it, but you gotta love it. Golden nuggets now, pass the chicken, finger licking.
This is the Can't Be Silenced podcast.
Stop the printing, you see my
it's going down right now. I got Maria Davis in the house. Give me a mic check, Maria.
With me.
Yeah. And we here right now, so I'm giving you a chance to get it shared up because we just went live. Giving you a chance. Share it with your friends, with your family.
Hot tea, cold water.
I'm giving y'all a chance to get into the Zoom room.
Shit is way too out of order.
Way too out of order.
Hot tea, cold water.
Hot tea, cold water.
And this is the Maria Davis
way too out of order.
Can't Be Silenced podcast that we do every Monday right here at Boardwalk Global Media.
You sure it's me? I missed you last week.
What?
I am an MC. You know Mike is okay, but he ain't like you.
Yeah, nah.
People take pride in making nightmares of your dreams.
We are
so
in the building.
That there are no in-betweens. Draw a line in the sand, hold it down the best you can. As a man, life's much more than getting loot, or a boot you can toot, or a gun you can shoot. To the real, I salute.
Once again, Can't Be Silenced podcast. We're doing it, y'all.
I ain't trying to be cute.
And it's now 51 degrees in New York City, and it's clear. Traffic is heavy right now. It's rush hour, y'all. That's the deal. We just got to deal with that.
I came over on the 60 bus.
It was rough on the Tri-Bar, right?
On a Monday. It ain't supposed to be like that on a Monday.
5 o'clock. That's how it is in New York City, y'all. Come on, let's go. Big shout out to my man Scotch Davis. This is his joint, Hot Tea, Cold Water. Don't forget, this Wednesday is Mad Wednesdays. It's going down at the Shrine. Happy birthday to Renee Mickens. It's her birthday this year.
Yes, we're celebrating Renee Mickens. And Jacqueline Almond.
And Jacqueline Almond's in the building.
And I'm going to throw my son Scotch in there because he's Sagittarius too.
He's Sagittarius?
Even though he was Thanksgiving Day.
Oh, yeah, wow, okay. He's a turkey baby.
Turkey baby. Had him at 10:30 in the morning.
So you made it home for dinner.
No, I was in the hospital eating turkey dinner.
Yes, indeed.
Shit is way too out of order.
We are way up right now. Once again, we're sharing the show on Facebook. We're also streaming live onto YouTube now on Groovy Track, Boardwalk Global Media.
Everybody got mob ties. Why do we want to be tied to the mob?
I just got the notification that we are live on YouTube now also.
Is this why we want to be equal? It's getting cloudy. I'm just piercing the fog. That's word to Yaffa Bay. I can smell a phony Tony from a block away. I'm so focused. They so bogus. We serve notice that there's evictions coming. You've been afflicted with a sickness. Ain't no sense in running. Stand and face your judgment. Fuck you and your budget.
Hey Maria, you gotta mute your phone.
Golden nuggets now.
You gotta mute your phone.
Finger licking, counting money till they stop the printing. Even if
you got sound coming out of that?
You see my spots a minute,
okay.
like a city blocks a minute.
I'm getting feedback.
My soul is minute. Yours counterfeited. I'm way more committed.
Is that one on?
Counterculture.
Yeah, I'm getting
feedback. Too alive for vultures.
All right, we about to hit the button in a minute. I'm just trying to let y'all get situated so we can get the situation elevated.
Hot tea, cold water.
Hot tea, cold water.
We got Trey Kearney in the house, special guest.
It's way too out of order.
We're gonna do some stuff today.
Oh yes, we are.
Hot tea, cold water.
This show,
if it's just us in the room, we're gonna have a conversation.
Here's the deal. We either gonna fix your relationship or break you up. I don't know. I don't know. These shows go left sometimes.
I'm telling you, they go left sometimes.
Especially when people when they call in with their stuff, you know what I'm saying?
People take pride
and then you tell them the truth. And it's bad.
So it seems that
very bad.
Draw a line in the sand, hold it down the best.
Because we don't want to know the truth.
Because we don't want to know the truth.
We know the truth, but we don't want to know the truth.
Yeah, don't call in if you don't want the truth because you can't handle the truth. I'm just saying. We're here to fix you.
I ain't dying to be cute. I need to know.
But in order to be fixed,
down, going Beirut. Major
Gotta do work. You gotta do
the work.
Hidden hand, anyone with a mind can
Gotta do the work.
And I'ma hit the button.
We need lays on this call.
Once again, this is Can't Be Silenced with Maria Davis, the Can't Be Silenced podcast that we do every Monday. We do it every Monday at 5 o'clock. Somewhere between 5 and 5:30, but usually at 5 o'clock when everything goes right on that particular day. Deneen Womack is not in the building, but she'll be here shortly.
Yes, where is she? Where's Deneen?
As usual, you know what I'm saying? She's making her way. She's probably caught in that traffic on the LIE.
I keep telling her to leave early.
Yep. And it's 49 degrees in New York City, and it is clear. You can see the moon tonight.
And no smog? It ain't no smog?
Ain't no smog tonight.
No smog log?
No smog log. And it's feeling a little crispy. It's a little crispy. But you know, we doing it. Big shout out to Farrell's Academy. Want to thank you for giving me the jacket. Making me feel like I'm back in school. I never had one of these in school. I got one now. Big shout out to Pure for the hats.
Wait a minute, you don't have a jacket for your podcast?
I have a jersey, a baseball jersey for the podcast. It says Rock Logic, Boardwalk Global Media on the sleeve. I wore it the other day.
Well, you need a jacket.
I do. I'm gonna make one of these joints. Make sure you share. We are live right now. We're all set up. The Zoom is a go. I'm monitoring the Zoom. I'm meeting them in the room. I see you. And we are now connecting audio to... Just popped in. Connecting audio to Deidre Fisher-Kemp. What's up, Deidre? Deidre's in the room.
That's a true diehard. That's my sister.
All day.
She ain't never gonna let the room be empty.
1, 2, 3, and bang. All right, here we are.
Good evening, good afternoon.
Another week of this.
Another week.
Incredible podcast that we do every Monday at 5 o'clock with Maria Davis and Deneen Womack. And on occasion, I sit in and I get to hang out.
Oh, you missed Nikki D last
I did.
Oh, my God. It was so good.
And I heard, oh, man. Allison Williams was in the house.
Yeah, she sure was.
Yeah, I was mad I missed that because I really wanted to talk to Nikki.
Yeah, Nikki. Oh, my God.
I heard she dropped some jewels.
She dropped mad jewels.
Yeah, let me put the camera on you. Hold on, where you at right there? Let me see you. Right here. There we go. Just in case y'all don't think Maria Davis is in the house, there she is.
Well, I always got to have earphone hair.
Yeah, I think we're going to get in-ears. Enough of looking like radio.
Yeah.
We're going to go more TV.
So I can have some in-ears and my hair still be looking cute.
Be looking good. Listen, it still look good. No one can see the top of your head. So you all right.
They want to see I want to see the lady, your receptionist said, oh, your hair color is different. I was like, for real, it's just been the same for these past couple of weeks.
You know what? Maybe she hasn't seen you. I don't know. Margarita nice lady, you know. She doesn't pay attention all the time.
I know she didn't pay attention to me last week. Did I say that?
When you came. Ooh, hit me in the chat room. Good evening. That's Deidre. Okay. I'm heading into the Zoom. Everyone's signing in. Is everybody in traffic? Because y'all late. Y'all late. Trey was the only one on time. She must not be in New York.
Yes, she is.
Trey, you in New York?
Oh, Denise says she's looking for parking.
Yeah, I know. It's hectic.
No, I'm in Jersey.
See, she in Jersey. Ain't no traffic in Jersey.
It is traffic in Jersey. Trey, don't let him get away with that.
All right, she was already home. She was ready. She was in the room like 5 minutes too, actually.
She sure was. Thank God. She's on time.
Yeah, she's on time. She didn't have that New York issue that we were having.
So I want to talk about the fabulous show that we got to see yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
With Deshaun Nicole at the Cutting Room.
Right. You know what? Crazy. So how was it? Unfortunately, I missed it.
You missed a real good show.
How was it? Like, what was going on?
She did a whole story timeline of why she wrote the songs during the pandemic, and the pandemic really pushed her into finishing some songs that she hadn't finished. And one of her songs was Girlfriends, and she wrote that song, you know, for her girlfriend. She wanted to say thank you, and then she had Tomorrow, and it was fabulous. And then my favorite song, I Am Strong.
Right.
And then she had an other song that we play all the time.
The joint. Hold on, let me see. Nope, not that. Hold on. Oh, come on. I know I got it somewhere. Oh, I thought I had. Nope. I ain't got. Oh, don't play that one. Hold on. Wait, maybe it's this one.
Where's the little box at?
Nope, that's what's the name of them? Oh, you know what? It's not activated. I have it on the box. I'm gonna play the song for sure.
Yeah.
That's the one we play all the time.
All the time. We open with Josh and we close with Deshaun Nicole.
Right, that's right.
The show was excellent.
So, what was the format? Was Carl playing keyboards? Was she singing the tracks? How did that work?
No, you don't go to the cutting room and sing the tracks. Do you know the famous cutting room?
Yeah, I do. I didn't know how she did
You
it.
don't
So
sing the no tracks and no cutting room. You have a live band. That's a real performance
Venue.
room. Yeah.
So did Carl have the band with him?
Yes,
or?
he did. Yep, he sure did.
It was Tony.
It was Tony Stevenson. It was Nathaniel on drums.
Okay.
Nate travels all over the country, you know, all them high end. And
He's a
then
world-class
he had
drummer.
a phenomenal saxophone player.
Okay.
I forgot the gentleman's name. Phenomenal. And then he had a guitar player. He was off the chain too. He was playing guitar behind his head and all that.
Oh, they were doing it.
Yes. And then you had Gary Wallace on backup.
Okay.
Then you had Jay Nice.
Mm-hmm.
And then you had, Mike Hammond. All of those.
Oh yeah, Mike Hammond.
Mike
from
Hammond.
isn't he from the place downtown, Cafe Wall?
Yes, Mike Hammond.
Yeah.
And Mike Davis.
Oh, that's Mike Davis.
Yeah, but Mike Hammond, all them sing. They all sing.
They're all
Cafe
part of that
Wah,
thing.
Ron Grant. Yep.
Right. Wow, that is crazy. So, was there food at this event?
Oh, the food was excellent.
What was on the menu? 'Cause I love
Everything.
I'm all about
they had
the food.
vegetarian, but I had salmon with some black rice and something, but it was good. And asparagus on top. It was really good.
So, just to kind of set how I'm thinking the scene is in my mind, this was like a dinner performance where you guys are all sitting at tables and eating, and she's performing. Like a nightclub, like an old 60s nightclub, right? Okay.
Yes,
all right. That's dope.
It was really, really, and it was nice to be in a room with live entertainment. So some of my friends had never experienced that before, so I invited them. We celebrated Jackie's birthday. Deidre Fisher Kemp was there.
What's up, Deidre? Hey, Deidre, pick up the mic. I want to talk to Deidre. She said, "What's up?" Now, don't be texting.
Oh, she put it in the chat. What's up?
Yeah, unmute yourself. Come on, I want to talk to you. I want to know what your experience was like yesterday. Come on, hit the mute button. All right, I'm going to ask to unmute. I'm hit the button. Ask to unmute.
Oh, yeah, she muted.
Yeah, she muted. There she go.
There she is.
Deidre!
What's up?
So how did it go down yesterday?
It was amazing. Deshaun is a phenomenal singer. She is a sister of mine. I love her. The band was super tight. When I tell you it was so tight, it was phenomenal. It was a phenomenal show. Definitely.
Awesome. What did you eat for dinner?
I was greedy. I had.
That's what I'm talking about. I want to talk to somebody greedy. Yeah. What did you have?
So I had a huge Caesar salad, and I also had
that ain't
jumbo
greedy.
lump crab cakes.
Oh, how was that? I was gonna get that.
They were gross. No, you didn't miss anything.
Okay, cool. It started to feel so upscale till you said that. She's like, they were terrible.
No, but you know what? The food there is good.
Okay.
I just didn't enjoy the crab cakes last night. Normally, the food is delicious.
Did you have anything else besides the crab cake?
I had lots of Prosecco.
Okay. How was that?
That was good. That's always good.
All right, cool. Yeah, Deidre. Wow. Okay. I'm sorry I missed it. I was so tired. I was doing a podcast yesterday, and it got late for me, so I couldn't make it. And Carl called me early in the day. He got my government name and everything, and I was gonna come, and I couldn't make it. I got home at like 7:30.
He called you and you didn't come?
He actually called, and I called him today to like apologize. He actually called me, made sure he had my correct name and everything. Like Carl was dope with that. He called me about 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
You are horrible.
I am. I'm a terrible friend. I'm a terrible friend. We're gonna have to talk about this too. Let me admit Janine in the room. Trey, do I call you Dr. Trey or like what?
Oh no, I'm not a doctor.
Okay.
But, you know.
She a street doctor.
Maybe Dr. Love.
She got her
Dr. Love.
She got her doctorate from the street, so she official.
You're official. You understand what I'm saying?
The street doctor, that means you went through your lumps and your bumps and then you figured it out.
Yeah, because
Definitely. Okay, so I'll take Doctor. Dr.
Yeah.
Love.
yeah, we're gonna call you Dr. Love.
Dr. Love, he can heal my everything. He can make me feel
Dr. Love, Dr. Love.
They don't know about that. They don't know about that.
Yeah, nah, yeah. They don't understand what we're doing right there. Classics. So, Trey, I'm a terrible friend, right? So I probably
So
need...
you trying to get her? You trying to get her to be your therapist?
know what I'm
You
saying?
gonna I'm a terrible friend.
Apparently, I'm a terrible friend. What can I do to fix this thing with Carl Brown and his wife?
Buy them dinner. Buy them dinner.
Yeah.
Feed them. Yeah, call like they feed them.
Oh, call like food.
Call like food.
Yeah, we're gonna fix this. That's an easy fix then. Okay, we're gonna take Carl out for Christmas dinner or something. We're gonna fix this because he really put effort into me being there, and it was just too much.
She's gonna do it again in April. Though,
Oh, she is?
said. Yeah,
Okay,
she's gonna do it again in April.
that's dope. So, Dr. Trey,
Yes.
Dr. Love Trey.
Yes.
First of all, I love your hair. I love your hair. by
I
the way.
love it too.
Oh, thank you. Thank
Very,
you so much.
very natural. Angela Davis kind of.
Word, that is the Black Power joint.
Nikki
right there.
Giovanni.
Yeah, that's the fist. That is the fist.
Hafini Shakur.
Yeah, that's all of that.
It would have been Harriet Tubman if she could get them braids out of her hair.
Correct.
But she needed them braids to guide her through the Underground Railroad.
She had to keep her head down tight.
She had to
You
keep
understand
it
what I'm
tight.
saying?
Yeah.
Help them slaves move.
Exactly. Big shout out to Harriet Tubman.
Because we got Martin Luther King birthday coming up.
Yes, we do. Fun fact, his name isn't Martin Luther King. How about that?
What's his real name?
His name is Michael.
Michael what?
Michael King. His name is Michael. Martin Luther King's name is Mike.
Where you see that at? Let me Google that.
Google it. His actual name is Michael King. He adopted the name Martin Luther King for the movement. And
Martin Luther, he was a whole new movement too.
Exactly. So he adapted that name, Martin Luther, adapted from Martin Luther, but his name was actually Mike.
Let me see. What is Dr. King's real name?
There you go. Go ahead. You Google that. You're going to see. It's incredible.
Dr. King's real name.
Uh-huh. Go ahead. You get fun-filled facts on this show. His name is Mike.
I'm saying, how was he killed? I didn't ask.
Yeah, we already know that story.
Right.
Let's get to the nitty-gritty.
What's Dr. King's real name? Here it come right now. Boom, boom, boom. Martin Luther King Jr.
That is not his real name.
Okay, Michael King Jr.
There you go. His father wasn't even named Martin.
His original name was Michael King Jr.
Yep.
Wow.
Born January 15th.
There you go.
Okay, so you know a little something.
I know a little something.
That's one thing.
That's one thing that I know. I don't know anything else.
Nobody has ever said that before. Yeah. I'm gonna talk to people like I know it for real.
Word up. You're gonna hit him and be like, what was Martin Luther King's real name?
The elder King was born Michael King on December 19th, 1897. Mm-hmm. The story of how Michael King Jr. became Martin Luther King in Stockbridge, Georgia, where his father worked on a plantation. Mm-hmm. Oh, get out of here.
Yep. His name was Michael.
Wow.
He would be 90. This would be his 90th birthday.
Wow. That is crazy.
You see, born in 1905.
Hold on. Renee Mickens said something.
But the name on his original birth certificate filed April 12, 1935, 5 years after King was born, was not Martin, nor was it Luther. In fact, for the first years of his life, he was Michael King, and it wasn't until he was 28 on July 23rd, 1957, his birth certificate was revised.
There you go. I told you.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's my man, Mike King. My boy. You go back like that. I knew him before he was Martin, baby. You understand? I knew him as Michael when he was playing ball. We was chilling.
Too funny.
In the chat room, Deshauna Pace says hi. Dawn Ellison says hey. Renee Mickens, good evening. Live band, yes. Renee loves that stuff all the time. So that's what's happening in the Facebook chat room right now. I have to admit someone into the chat room here.
I just admitted Kylie.
Yep. Yep. Just hitting the button.
Kylie's iPad. My niece is pregnant. I don't know if that's Kylie. Oh, that's I don't know if that's my niece, Carly, or Carly Henry.
Somebody's having a baby.
Yeah. Miss Carly Henry, Charlotte's having a baby.
Oh, that's beautiful.
My niece Charlotte. Oh, let me sing Charlotte too. I'm trying to wait for Deneen. She talking about she getting parking.
She's in the room.
She is? Oh, cause she normally has the little thing for me to talk about Trey. Yep. She ain't do my little write-up.
Mother of Charlotte Rose. She just let you know that in the chat.
Yeah, that's Charlotte. That's Miss Henry.
There we go. So there it is. So your show, your place. What is today's show about, Maria? What are we talking about?
I called Trey yesterday and I said we got to talk about all this foolishness going on.
Okay, all right. What
and
kind of foolishness?
Relationships. Michael Bazin got on TV, on radio, talking about he's poly. What did he say? What is he, Trey?
He's a polygamist now.
Oh, polygamist. Oh, I thought he was polyanny or something. Wait, that's
what they call it. Yeah.
Yeah, I kept getting mixed up with polyuria, which was just wrong. It means you pee a lot.
Polygamy. He's in a polygamy lifestyle now.
Is he?
But what was he before? Wasn't he dating and he was single? He was dating women?
Well, we living in this world now where trending is popular. People want to be popular more than real. So whatever will get people on his platform, his podcast, I guess he'll be conforming to that. So monogamy right now is not really popular. And, just people are just, gravitating to whatever they think is going to bring them more views. Like Nicki Minaj said, the record labels are not hiring for talent anymore. They're not signing for talent anymore. They're signing for popularity. So if you have 5 followers and you can sing better than, who's a great singer? We have to go back to the greats. If you can sing better than
Whitney Houston,
Mariah, a young Whitney, Mariah, they don't want you. They want you if you have 2 million followers and you sound like, what's his name?
Paris Hilton.
Yeah.
Ariana Grande.
Yeah, as long as you have 2 million followers and they know they can make $1 off of it, $1 off of a stream, or they know they're going to make $2 million. So if you have 5 followers and you sound like Whitney, get your followers up, because they really are not signing or doing anything in this world now outside of popularity. It's a popularity contest. And most of us, well, not us, Maria, and most of them are selling their souls for popularity. Our young ladies are out here, it's a porn show on Instagram. I'm sorry to say it. Like,
you're right.
The rappers are porn artists. Y'all not rapping, y'all selling porn. Y'all selling soft porn.
Yeah.
Your vagina's out, your breast is out. That's pornography.
Talking about WAP. Talking about WAP.
Yeah, only thing that's not showing is your nipples and your vagina hair. But other than that, everything else is out. Even y'all to the point where it's just the strips. But like I said, we live in a world right now where popularity is more important than integrity.
So wait a minute, don't say another word. So ladies and gentlemen, our guest today is Trey Carney. Trey Carney is a certified professional life and relationship coach. She's also a 2-time author and motivational speaker. And her first book is Healing Time, Restoring Hope in Women After Infidelity. Trey shares her story of infidelity on both sides, not only being the offender, but also the recipient of betrayal. She went through the storm of infidelity and snatching her life and happiness back after complete devastation. Her transparent testimony gives men and women the safe haven they need to be transparent and honest with themselves without judgment. Trey began her journey of healing by working on herself first, investing in a life coach and strong mentors. Her spiritual growth and personal development led her to become a life relationship coach. Trey believes relationships are the foundation of life. Communication and personal interaction is a major obstacle for many people. The key component to building and maintaining healthy relationships is open and honest communication, and Trey has made it a part of her mission to help others strengthen their communication skills. Trey is a servant leader whose assignment is helping others heal from matters of the heart. She is known for her method of helping others heal through her transparency and truth. Trey states, "I'm not here to judge you. I just used to be you." I love that. So Trey.
Hey.
Okay, we want to know a little bit about you too. Where were you born? Where did you grow up?
Okay, I'm a Jersey girl.
Uh-huh.
Jersey tried and true. I'm Jersey for life.
What part of Jersey you from?
Essex County. Huh?
Oh, Essex County?
Yeah, I'm from Essex County. My mama was a Rolling Stone. Not that she slept with a lot of men. She just moved a lot. So I lived in Irvington, East Orange, Newark, Bloomfield, Glen Ridge. You name it in Essex County, I lived there. So I'm from Jersey. I have 3 sons, 27, 21, and 12. I'm an autism mommy. I advocate for Black men. I have a podcast called Men Hurt Too, where men have a safe space to share their truth without interruption.
Oh, wow.
I have
I
a
like
movement, hashtag No Side Chicken, where I encourage women to honor God and respect each other's relationships in hopes of ending the infidelity epidemic. And I am, again, certified life coach, relationship coach. And I started my journey by way of committing adultery. I cheated on my husband, and it showed me what devastation happens when people go outside of their relationship, what devastation happens when people sleep with each other's husbands, and the trickle down that it has on children and families, which led me on a journey of healing and helping others heal through the devastation of infidelity.
Wow.
So I'm not judging anybody. I used to be you. I ain't always, I'm trying to walk straight now, but I done did some things. So just bear with me. Don't think I'm judging you or who she thinks she is. I'm just telling you. Sometimes you got it. My mother always told me it's never too late to make a U-turn when you're going in the wrong direction. Sometimes you got to turn around and do what you need to do for integrity, especially when you're raising children. And I have 3 sons, and I had to let my children know that it's not okay that I cheated on their father. That's not a healthy relationship. That's not what a woman is supposed to do, because I didn't want to send them out in the world with my boulders on their back, thinking that was normal, because we all have been raised a certain way. We've all been raised through different lenses. And my mother and father never sat me down to say that this dysfunction is not normal. So I went through life thinking that dysfunction was normal. So I wanted to make sure that my boys knew that dysfunction is not normal. No, I am your mother. You love me, you forgive me, and all of that. But what I did was wrong. And I want you to know that. So, because I don't want you to have a woman out here doing dirt and you stick it in there. And I don't want you doing stuff to women because you feel some kind of way about me. So that's why I had to just turn my life around, not only for them, but for me, because I deserve the best.
Yeah, that is.
Where did you go to school?
Yeah, I graduated from Clifford Scott.
Okay. Did you attend any?
I didn't go to college.
Oh, okay, that's okay.
No, I know it is, girl. College, I'm not a student like that. That's not my thing. And I encourage everybody who love my niece got her master's in SPED. She about to go back to school to get her doctorate degree. She loves school, and I love her and I applaud her. But you got to do your journey. School's not for everybody, but it's for somebody. So if you love school, go to school. And if you don't, that's not for you. Don't waste your time.
And your money.
That's right.
Owing all these loans.
And you go somewhere and be an entrepreneur, or you end up being a yoga teacher. And
Listen, there's different ways to make money. And you don't always have to go to school.
Yes, to make
money. But we encourage you to go to school.
Absolutely.
Like, we encourage education. But we don't want nobody calling and talking about my daughter listening and she told me now no, we encourage education. Everybody doesn't learn the same way. Everybody's not going to take the same path. So if you love school and that's the way you learn, go for it. But if you don't, it's okay too.
Yeah.
Now what kind
somebody got to be the plumber.
That's right. Somebody got to be the plumber, the electrician.
Yeah. Somebody
janitor.
Right. The janitor. And they make
IT.
And they make good money.
Somebody got to be the nurse,
the undertaker,
right? The undertaker. But you can't just put dead bodies in the ground. No, you got to go to school for that.
Oh, you do?
Listen,
embalming, you got to learn how to handle that embalming fluid. You can't that ain't something you just inject somewhere.
But it's a trade. You don't go to college for embalming. You go and you learn how to be an undertaker.
Right, but you got to go to undertaker school because I got a couple of people that went to undertaking school.
Yeah,
because you got to know how to bleed the blood out
and all that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying, if that's your thing and that's your passion, then you go for that.
And then some people do. One of my friends, she does makeup artists on dead people. I said, God bless you.
Yeah.
You know what? You got some living people that's dead, so you done did makeup on a couple of dead people. The living dead and the dead.
And the dead. She must be excellent. Do you know how dry dead skin is? Like,
you stupid.
That's a lot of Jergens lotion.
listen, I'm just saying.
Y'all are terrible. Rest in peace. Respect the dead.
Respect the dead, 100%.
But what about the living dead to be in the That's what we talking about today, right?
I think the living dead can be those people that are infidels. You know what I'm saying? They're people that cheat, that chronically cheat. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't going to front. I was a full-on infidel. You know, in my younger years, I was damn near. I was damn near a polygamist.
Not you.
I was damn near a polygamist.
How did I know that?
Shake what your mama gave you.
Yeah,
Almost
you know.
Right, with all the white you heard me say all the white women, sorry. With all the women on stage shaking their booty and they things.
But you know what? I mean, just like Dr. Love Trey, right? I learned, you know what I'm saying? I learned that there was no power in that, right? There's no way for you to build if you're spreading yourself out like that. If you're not focused on the one person that you want to be with, you can't and you can't be honest with that person. You can't be very frank with that person. Then your relationship is a wash. You know what I'm saying? And having multiple relationships just doesn't help you build a life.
And don't that give you penis problems later too?
Well,
it does.
Does it really? I mean,
Yeah.
I think I'm fine. I think I'm fine. You know, I think I'm fine.
No, because men
we
that
might
go
need
for
to take
women.
a survey, right?
He said that too quick. I think I'm fine. How you know? Who told you was fine?
Okay, I'm just gonna say, in my current relationship,
Well, we want to ask the women. We ain't asking the men because the men will be like, "Oh yeah, strap it on."
I mean, the only thing that happens to you when you're older, since we're here. The only thing that happens when you're older is you tend to want to do it a little less. You know what I'm saying? When you're a little older, you know. And I think you place a different value on your relationship. You know what I'm saying? The value is actually in the relationship. The sexual part of the relationship is cool, right? That can work, but I think the older you become, the less that becomes your true priority.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're into the companionship. You're into the cooking together and that being your friend and joking and watching movies. And then after that, if you gravitate towards the bed to go and do that, then you do that. But for me, it switched. You know what I'm saying? When I was young, it was all about, you know what I'm saying? We got to get to the bed. You know what I'm saying? I would skip the whole, friendship thing. It was like, listen, bullseye, let's get down to business. You know what I'm saying?
That's because you was one of the musicians.
I was definitely a musician. But
no.
He was part of the rapper family.
Oh yes.
On tour, the ladies be lined up outside.
Yeah, you ain't got no time for no
They even have
relationship.
sex with the car driver if they know they can't have it with you. That's what I was told.
That's the problem.
So I think later, like yourself, you realize that the value is actually, in the one partner dynamic. You know what I'm saying? And then it being based on everything that you guys do together. And then you tie the sex into that, you know what I'm saying? And that's that's where I'm at with it. But, that's just me. Yeah. I'm going to give myself claps.
Thank you for your perspective. Where's Lays at? We need Lays here too. Call Lays.
I'm going to call Lays too.
Yeah, we want
Maria, where's
where's Talent? Let's call Talent get ready to do his show.
Oh, okay.
We need to call him though and get his opinion. We're gonna do this again next week. I don't care. We're gonna do this. Gonna be a 2-part. Yeah. We're gonna talk a little bit about it this week.
I wanted Talent on because Talent was on IG
talking
this
crap
weekend with Amir, Sealy, and Lord Finesse.
Oh.
And for the part that I heard of the conversation, this is my interpretation of what I heard is like. For men, the world is like
an open vagina,
I'm like a big international buffet of vaginas that you just sample one to the next, and if one happens to be attached to somebody that you click with, you might consider a relationship. So that made me. That was my interpretation of what they said.
So Oh, wait a minute. Amir Sealy's on.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
come on in, Amir.
Amir, come on in here. The sea of vaginas is waiting for you.
Amir, help me out here, man. Help me out.
Hey, good
Amir,
evening.
that was
Good
my interpretation.
Amir,
Did you hear, Amir?
what is going on? I heard y'all was talking about the sea. We got Dr. Trey Love on here, and we talking about seas of vagina. What happened?
Well, we were actually Talent, myself, and
You stuttering, Amir.
Yeah, don't stutter, Amir. Don't stutter.
because we always have these varying conversations about what you guys are having conversations about. Relationships as a whole are different now, especially the way that it's formatted and the way that the world is set up. We come from a era and a generation. I always make this as a running joke, but we come from an era and a generation where we used to believe in letters and things of that magnitude, but now everything is like fast food. So if it's not microwavable, it almost, feels disposable to the way the world is set up now and the way social media has set things up. With that being said, my other part to that is you have to technically adapt to whatever is going on. So I always say to people, to win your championship, you have to make those adjustments to win your championship. Too many of us are still trying to utilize some of the older ideologies that we've had our entire lives in this current format. It's a different format. You can't use those ideologies now because it's just a different situation.
Yes, Dr. Trey. What?
Yes, Dr. Trey. So come on in there, Dr. Trey. We're going to get Amir today. We want him to call talent so we can get him too.
And Lord Finesse. Come on.
Call Lord Finesse too.
I need you to explain that.
Explain.
Like I said, when I say ideologies, for instance, like I said, some of the things that, again, we were used to doing, in terms of courting, in terms of how we, tried to forge relationships back in our day, that stuff isn't necessarily the same now. For instance, even if you go out and you're in a bar, back in the days, it might be something as simple as, just saying, hello or good evening, I see you and your friends having a good time, blah, blah, blah. Now, I'm not saying this is for everybody, and that's where people usually get, lost in, or gets lost in translation. But the way that, this generation or the way that the world is now talking to one another is so much different. When you go out, like I said, and you're out at a bar or you're out at, some space where you might be able to engage in conversation, there's a lot of us who, based off of some of the different situations that we've been in to this point in our lives, that comes up immediately. I've been out places where, to what has been said lately, if you ask a woman to smile, why are you asking me to smile?
Right, he's right.
Somebody to smile because I'm not asking somebody to smile because I'm trying to get you to do something crazy. I just realized, seems to me, usually when people are smiling, they seem to be in better energy. You seem to feel better about yourself and about whatever else is going on. But we've gotten so far away from that the minute you say that to somebody, don't tell me to smile. So you're like, okay, well, let me leave that alone. Let me, think of something else. If you're at a bar, like I said, and you may, say to somebody, hey, good evening, how you doing? Are you buying us drinks? Now, again, I'm not saying everybody, but that is a different energy than what we were used to. I remember going out and partying all night, and Deneen can attest to this because she's been to some of the events that I used to do back in the day.
No, really, Deneen.
Is that so, Miss Womack? Continue.
Tell us more, Amir.
I was a church girl. I don't know what he's talking about.
Now we party all night, for instance, and a lot of us who, depending on what age range you're in, you party all night. You didn't technically try to talk to the person at the end of the evening. You were happy to dance, have a good time. You usually hit the person with a line, something along these lines. Hey, you gonna be here next week? Great. I'll see you. I hope to catch up with you then. Now it's give me your Instagram, whatever. Nobody even exchanges numbers anymore. People, you just follow me on the gram. Remember, used to actually engage people. We don't.
We would at least ask for the phone number.
That's very true.
That's the problem with our young people now. And again,
I was gonna say that. The elders are doing it as well now. That's
no, he's right, Trey. He is right.
But that's the problem. That's what I'm saying. That's the problem. We ain't supposed to be following the youngins. Okay. The problem is I don't do what young people do. They not the flow for me. I'm the flow. And we've lost sight of that. We have our women like our celebrities who are out here competing with these young girls who are twerking. Like, I don't want to, Gabrielle, you're somebody's mother, somebody's wife. I don't want to see you naked. You don't have to do that. You need to, you're supposed to be showing the young people that you evolve. Like, you ain't supposed to be twerking. You ain't supposed to be on a yacht with your ass out. Excuse my French. You're supposed to be showing the young ladies that when you become a wife and a mother, things change. Okay. So we're not supposed to be going backwards and I'm not going to say I'm old, but as a seasoned person or older person who has been through some things, I've learned some things from those behaviors that wasn't so good for me. And our young ladies need to know, you need to dress the way you want to be addressed. We have all these movements, and I'm not knocking the Me Too movement. I'm not knocking all of these women who are saying, because somebody said, hey, boo, or touch their arm, he raped me, or he inappropriately touched me. I'm not saying there are some people who have not been inappropriately touched. I'm saying we're taking it to extremes now, and we have to be careful of that, and we have to set the tone. No, you don't get to tell me what to do. I don't have to keep up with Cardi B. I used to be Cardi B. I never want to be her again. I'm not judging her, because I remember wearing Daisy Dukes, and you got to be a certain age to know what a Daisy Duke is. I remember coming outside and my top was a lingerie top. I remember I went to meet my ex-husband's mother, and I had on a bra. It was a bra with some little dingly.
And to meet his mama in that?
Yeah.
That's when you young.
I mean, I was 18 years old.
Jesus!
I was Cardi B, and I had on a little bra top, but I've evolved from that.
Right.
And for us as older people, we can't conform to these little crazy. The world is crazy right now because we're trying to
crazy.
I don't want to talk young men be like, hey, I know an age ain't nothing but a number. Honey, listen, don't try me, because you don't even want to deal with the level of maturity that I have. You don't want to have conversations. You want to text all night, right? You want to text me WYD. I'm not trying to figure out what your next 3-letter text is. I don't even know what I gotta ask myself.
That's true.
What the hell is WYB?
Right.
WYD, what you doing? No,
D is in David.
You right.
It's sad that we live in a world where we think that we have to go backwards. No, we need to pull them up. This is why families are suffering. Women are competing for men. Like I said, I have a movement called #NoSideChicken, because we have made being the other woman natural. We have come to the point where we talk about it's a shortage of men. There ain't no shortage of men. Y'all are just stupid. Y'all are out here sharing them, and then we want to complain. And I tell the women all the time, it's not them, it's us. We complain about men cheating on us and doing this but who they doing it with? Another one of us.
Right. Yeah.
It's not them, it's us, because, oh, well, you don't hold the men accountable, Trey. No, y'all don't hold the men accountable. I hold every man that walks into my life accountable. If he says that he's seeing somebody and I find out about his poor behavior, I let him go. That's my level of accountability. Right. If I hold him accountable, and the side chick holds him accountable, and his mama holds him accountable, and his sister holds him accountable, and his auntie and everybody around him holds him accountable, he will grow to be a man. The world has become enablers to men, especially women.
Amen.
I'm sorry to say it, ladies, and y'all can hate me now. You can hate me now, but it's okay.
But I won't stop now.
If we set the standard higher, wives, open up your mouth. No, you're not coming home 4:00 in the morning again. I'm gonna put a season of separation bag on the porch for you. We got 3 pair of jeans, because you got somewhere to go. The reason why men are doing what they're doing to us in society right now is because of us. Pick me. We fighting amongst ourselves when all we got to do is set the bar high to say, as a side, another other woman, don't come over here with that. You got a wife, stay over there with her. And as the wife, don't come home smelling like a whole nother house, because I got a problem with that. And until we put our foot down, we're going to continue to have half side babies, half brothers and sisters. And like I said, I got here by way of committing adultery. And I have 3 boys. I have 2 sons from my husband, my ex-husband, and 1 from the man that I cheated with. And then he has 2 children. And then he has another child. So my child has 2 half sisters, 3 half brothers. We got to stop this madness, because the man just going to move on to the next family and bring some more half brothers and half sisters. And we going to keep complaining as women, when all we need to do is say, no, that's not what you're going to do. And I'm going to hold you to a higher standard as a man. Or you could go over there with that chick.
Were you able to, with all the halves going on, were you able to kind of bring the family together like all the brothers and sisters? Have you been able to unite them as just like you guys are brothers and sisters?
Well, my two older boys, and the man that I was with, my youngest son's father, we lived together, so our children got to know each other.
Right.
But there's a new baby that hasn't been amongst all of them together. So, but they all know each other.
Okay.
But why do we even have to have this discussion? We're having this discussion right now because I went outside of my marriage to sleep with somebody else's husband, and he went outside of his marriage to sleep with somebody else's wife, which disrupted the whole generation. There was a whole trickle down. It's trickled down, and it's still affecting us. On Christmas, I have a junior by the man that I committed adultery with. So my children have to hear his name for the rest of their life. It just never stops. I mean, we've healed from it to some degree, but there's always constant reminders. Christmas, my ex-husband is not in the house with us because I decided to do something that wasn't right. You know what I'm saying? Thanksgiving, it shows up. All of the holidays, and this is why I'm so big on this, to let people know it just does not affect one person. There is a devastating trickle down. His ex-wife, and the thing that devastated me the most about committing adultery is that the guy that I cheated with, he cheated on me, which was devastating and hurt me to the core, of course. But for me to realize how I had left my ex-husband and his ex-wife, but cheating, the betrayal kills you. So to know that I left my ex-husband in that state of embarrassment, crying, not knowing what to do, not knowing what to tell people, trying to move on with his life, and this guy's ex-wife, it devastated me. It put me in a space of depression because that's not who I am. I made a bad choice, and I was like, oh my God, they were really at their houses throwing up and can't get out the bed and hiding from their families and avoiding holidays. So that was devastating. So I just want people to understand, especially women, we have so much power, but we use it in a negative way against each other. I don't care how many empowerment groups, how many empowerment conferences we go to, Maria. I don't care how many fist up, we bosses, we running business, we the highest number of entrepreneurs. As long as we sleeping with each other's men, we ain't shit. Excuse me.
She called like it is. She tells it like it is.
As long as we continue to sleep with each other's men, we are not winning. We are not Black girl magic. I'm sorry to tell y'all that, but infidelity is an epidemic in our community. And this is what we don't want to talk about. You could go to every conference,
ain't nobody talking about that in the conferences.
Nobody. With 500 women out there talking about, girl, yeah, we divas, we bosses, we this, we that. And two seats over, 2 seats back, 3 seats back, there's a woman that's sleeping with somebody's husband, and she is mentoring young girls. You can't be both. You can't be no powerhouse, I'm a mentor, I am a mentor, and you go home and sleep with somebody's husband. You live in a false life. You are a false read, and we got to stop this. It is devastating our communities and the young ladies now that's thinking that celebrate that cheating is normal, that we celebrate young girls.
All on these reality TV shows. Yep. 1 week, one season, homegirl got a boyfriend and they get married, and then the next season she's sleeping with a woman. That devastates me. I'm like, what the hell?
How do we get that?
Listen, we got because nobody talk about it, Maria. Say it out loud. Because we have so much fear in the world right now that if we say something, we're going to be deemed phobic or shaming. Right. Back in the day, we could tell somebody, that dress don't look nice on you. You too big for that, Lizzo. I'm not fat shaming you. It's not fat
right.
I'm telling your fat ass the truth.
That's right. You right.
You can't wear that.
You right.
You can't say anything today without you shaming. I've never lived on this planet for 52 years where I gotta watch what I say because I'm shaming somebody, I'm phobic.
Yeah.
I'm
and make sure you say she, her, he, him. I'm like, what the hell?
Like,
she, him, them.
There.
I remember I was teaching a CPR class, right? And there was a lady, we doing chest compressions, and chest compressions are very physical, and she was obviously overweight, right? And I made a comment. I said, Mama, this is a very physical thing. I said, you might want to, just take it easy, you know what I'm saying? And be easy because you're heavier. And I see that you're breathing hard.
Right.
She wrote a letter about me. She said I fat shamed her.
Right.
I said, I'm protecting you, fat woman. There's so much other shit I could have said. Right?
I could have called the ambulance to be on standby.
Like
that all again speaks to what I was saying. That's what I mean. The format of the world as it currently stands, we're doing the best we can, obviously, to navigate it in ways that, make sense to us. To the age, groups, varying age groups that we're in. This is tough. I say the same thing for my guys. I watch all of my guys now. You in your 50s or whatever. You're still trying to dress technically like you're 22. You 50.
Right.
50. Look, I'm not saying that you gotta dress old, but I'm saying there should be some matureness to your style now. You still shouldn't try to look like your son who's 22. He's 22 for a reason. See, to piggyback on what she said, that's really what we're up against. We're up against a situation now where you can't definitively always try to tell the truth. I tell people all the time, I know everybody says, just tell me the truth. Everybody can't handle the truth. That's a lie that we perpetrate and we tell in our community all the damn time. Everybody can't handle the truth. Yeah. That's just a fact. And you got to know who you're speaking to and what to say to them and how to say it to them so that it goes down smooth and easy. Sometimes you're going to have to be rough and raw, but for the most part, you're trying to make it smooth and easy because, as we all know, when you're having these conversations in your varying circles, you could tell somebody something and they come back and tell you that somebody told them the exact same thing. You'd be like, didn't I just say that to you? Mm-hmm. But it came to them differently because that person used maybe some wording and
different language,
sort of language that allowed them to, feel or take it in a different way. But I'm saying all that to say that's, again, like I said, what we're up against. It isn't that people are trying to emulate the youth and all this stuff. You don't know what to do. To your point about WYD and all these, I tell people all the time, look, I didn't like shorthand when I was in high school, and I didn't have to take it. So why, as an adult, do I want to? My children, my eldest daughter's 28, my other daughter's 16. I tell them both, spell it out. Daddy don't got time to be trying to figure out what you're trying to say. Actually spell it out. First of all, you need to spell it out so this way, when you're talking to people other than myself, you'll know how to talk to people.
Yes.
You'll express yourself. See, we have to call each other out on so many things. It's not just relationships and all this stuff. We got to call each other out on all of these varying platforms because that is what's going to allow us all to move forward, no matter whether we're the young or we're the old. The last thing I'm going to say, because I got to jump on my thing with talent right now, is we also have to figure a way to bridge the gap. The elders and the young, there's no bridging of the gap. The young people think we too old to listen to us, and I don't want to hear what you have to say. And a lot of us who are the elders, we have a tough time trying to talk to the young because it's the you old. Here, I say this all the time because, like you, I'm 52 years old. I remember thinking to myself how old I thought 52 was until I became 52. Yeah, and then I realized it's not as old as you think, first off, and then secondly, it comes quicker than you think. So we have to express that and convey that to the young people so that they understand. You think that you're going to be young forever, but you're going to blink and be where I am. So take a moment, get yourself together, and figure it out. With that, I'm going to have to jump off and come back at another time. If you guys are still on when I finish up, I'll jump back on here. But thank you all for having me on here. Blessings to you all.
You
and I hope
too.
to speak to y'all soon.
Thank
Amir,
you.
that was dope.
That was good, Amir.
You gonna leave me here by myself with all these women? Oh man. Damn, bro. I don't even want to talk no more.
But Deneen sent me your post from yesterday. That was from yesterday?
Yes, yesterday.
And girl, you was throwing some jewels.
Let me tell you, that had to be some divine intervention that you were going to be on the show. Because like I said, I was listening to Talent and them talk about that. I was looking at old videos I went back to Shazara Ali, if you remember, back in the 80s. She had this book, The Black Man's Guide to Understanding the Black Woman, and her premise was that monogamy was not natural to the black man, and that all of us are sharing men. All of us black women are sharing men, whether we know it or not. And at that time, I rejected that premise, but Talent and them kind of made me think maybe, the lady was right the whole time. And then I came to you, and on Sunday she did a live, Coach Trey did a live, a Sunday sermon, a 1-hour sermon on monogamy, and it had to be meant just for me. I felt like it was meant just for me, that we should still believe in monogamy.
Yeah,
and that
because
it
you know
is,
why?
Attainable.
You know why? Because she said something important. We look like the strange ones now.
Yes.
Yeah, you're the oddballs.
We look like we are strange because we want to be in one person relationship.
Right.
And that all the other people that swinging and sharing and all that different kind of stuff, they are the new generation and we are the old generation. They normal and we're not.
Right.
That was very, very deep.
I mean, marriage is down, right? Monogamy is down. But I want to explore something for a minute, right? Because you got to have an opposing view, or at least explore the opposing view, right? What is wrong with polygamy?
Listen, let me just tell you this.
Diseases.
All right, besides that. But what is wrong with it? Like, in other words, if you're a guy that's married to 3 women, right? Let's just say you're married to 3 women. What is wrong with that concept? Does happen.
Let me ask you this. Let me flip that on you. Have you dealt with the emotions of one woman?
I've dealt with the emotions of 9.
So we're gonna ask you, what is wrong with polygamy? Let me throw that question back on you because I never dealt with 9 emotions. So what is wrong with polygamy?
I mean, let's.
Dang, right? Women are emotional. No matter what we say, listen.
Honey.
I mean, the emotional part of it. The emotional part of it is the most difficult part, right?
That's period. Somebody's gonna snap and kill somebody.
But a part of that initial emotion, right? And in that circle, there has to be truth, right? And if truth is present, the emotions run a little different, right? If truth is present, that, you know what? Here's the deal. I'm with all of you, right? I'm with all of you. You know this walking into this situation, and you have accepted this situation, right? That kind of brings down the emotional part that you're dealing with.
You think so?
Listen.
You think so?
Here's what I'm telling you. I'm telling you from experience. I'm not theorizing anything. I'm telling you because I actually physically lived it. I'm not saying anything that I didn't do. I'm telling you that because I was very straight, I was very honest, I was very frank. I was like, this is what it was, right? Which was sort of, and I was in my 20s. You know what I'm saying? I was in my 20s. I was between 20 and 30 years old, 33 years old. But because I was very frank and I laid it out on the table and I said, this is who I am, right? This is who I am, and this is how I operate. I gave you the choice to walk away. I gave you the choice. I said, listen, if you don't want to do this, I'm not even pursuing you. I'm just telling you, I be bugging. Now, when the person accepts that the level of the emotional issue that you're talking about is played way down.
Okay, can I tell you something?
Yeah.
You talking about emotional. Emotional don't beat spiritual. See, because what you're talking about is something that you're trying to control, but nobody can control the spirit. So I'm going to tell you, like, I am not a big fan of Juanita Bynum.
Who's that?
But I'm going to tell you,
Juanita Bynum is a evangelist.
Yes.
She had a book out called No More Sheets.
Okay.
And it was about, what do you call it? Spiritual.
hold on you from a man's perspective.
So you have all these spirits.
We have all these
spirits.
spirits.
With somebody,
and
you exchanging like
you exchange energy.
9 spirits.
Yes, you exchange energy.
And so the reason why you can't say that about women, they might have told you they level-headed, but a woman receives a man differently when he comes into her, whether he got a condom on or not. So when you are telling a woman, oh, this is what it is, that sexual part changes the game.
Right.
They might act like they know what it is, but this is why there's always, a man can't always have 3 women. That to me, that's some old other colored people stuff.
Right.
Black women don't live like that. We don't live like that.
Right.
I can't share nobody with nobody. I'm sorry. Now, if you doing it behind my back, that's one thing. But to tell me you doing it, that is not absolutely working, because I want you for myself.
Right.
I'm territorial. I'm giving you my all, and I want your all.
Correct.
And let me say that from a side chick standpoint.
Yes.
Because we're talking from experience.
Yes,
here,
yes,
right?
yes.
So side chicks always say, I know my space. I know my role. For every side chick that has ever been honest with me, and you have some who are arrogant that say, I could do what a man do. Every side chick that ever was with a man was hoping that other relationship
would go away.
Would be the main chick.
Absolutely.
And she would be able to shoot her shot and have the opportunity to be the other one, the only one. Women say stuff that they are not designed to handle because we are not emotionally, spiritually, or mentally wired the way a man is. Once we get emotionally attached, I don't care if we have decided on polygamy. I don't care if we decided to be sister wives. There's going to be some trouble in paradise. And the other thing about polygamy is this. I don't care if a man admits to a woman, I'm sleeping with all y'all, this and that. The content of his character flaw is going to show up in other areas of his life. You want to be a polygamist, you want to sleep with all these women and be honest because you don't have no self-control. That's going to show up in other areas of his life, whether it be money, whether it be responsibility with the kids. It is going to show up. You are who you are. How you do one thing is how you do everything. I'm sorry, people can lie, say what they want to say. I've been down the path of lying and saying I'm this and I'm that. But how I did one thing was how I did everything. When it started to affect me mentally and emotionally, it was a different ball game as a woman. I can't speak for men, but for the men that I spoke to, I wrote a book, Men Hurt Too. Because all of the men I spoke to, watching my boys grow up with their emotions, the first thing I learned about men is men are human beings first. So they bleed blood. When somebody hurt their feelings, even when you got 9 women, one of them women gonna get you. You gonna get got eventually. One of them women you gonna feel some kind of way for.
Oh, listen, I got early, right? Because now on the other side of that, because I totally understand what you're saying. I don't want you to feel like I'm invincible, right? What happened was when I got married very young. I got married when I was 18 years old, right? And I was that guy. I was in love with my high school sweetheart. We got married straight off the cuff. You know what I'm saying? I had money. I was already financially well. I was able to take care of my family, so on and so forth. I was a very advanced 18-year-old, to say the least, right? And when she cheated on me, I was absolutely, positively devastated. Right? And as a man, we think all kinds of crazy shit, right? We're like, oh, why did she do that? And oh my God, is his penis bigger than mine? And we go through some shit. You understand what I'm saying? Like, our mind goes crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? So I've been on that side of the coin of what you're talking about. I've been, curled up in the bed with a ball of Absolute, going, why she did this to me, and all of that. You know what I'm saying? And then I moved out of the house.
And Maria, hence comes the 9 women, because I'm going to get you before you get me. I deal with men all the time. In my book, I talk about this. Okay. The men do things because there is a fear of, I went through this and nobody's going to put me through that again.
Right.
My mother gave me to my grandmother, so I have abandonment issues. I wasn't the popular boy in high school. Now I got muscles. All of those girls that made fun of me, I'm going to run through women because now I am the beautiful swan that was the ugly duckling. I'm going to get all y'all. There is a pattern there when you said, I got married when I was young. Women go around saying men are dogs and men are this and that. If you sit down and hear a man's story, you will understand that it will be a man that was molested. It will be a man whose father didn't like him because he didn't make it to the NFL. It will be a man whose mother, like I said, gave him to the grandmother and kept the other son. It will be a man with a story. So men that's going around with polygamy and all this, bro, go deal with your issues. There's something buried in that. However, as women, we have to make a concrete decision that we are not going to sleep with somebody else's man. We have to make a concrete decision that we not only honor, guard, and respect each other's relationships. I respect myself. Dude, who do you think you're talking to? You got a wife, so what you think what do you think I need from you? You got a wife, who you think I am? Like, yo, dude, get out of here. Go somewhere and grow up. Because what do you think I need second best? See, we as women got to think for ourselves that there is something going on inside of my head, some insecurities that I will put myself second in a man's life, allow him to come into my home, run up in me, leave without taking a shower, run home, take a shower, and go sleep with his wife. And I know it. And I'm speaking from experience.
Right.
And I know it. I know that I sat on days where the man I was with, his wife would call, and I was like a trained dog. I would get quiet immediately when the phone rang and I knew it was her, and vice versa for him. That's when I had to go look at myself and say, what's wrong with you? It's not him, it's you. What part of you would think that this is okay? But and again, we have to talk to the women, how we grew up, the environment we grew up in. Dysfunction is not normal. My stepfather and my mother were together from the time I was 5 years old until he passed away in the bed with her. But he was married to somebody else. They never got a divorce. So in my 20, 30, 35-year-old head, when I cheated 30, in my mind, this is normal behavior. If it's not working out for you, you want something else, you just go get it. Mommy was with a man that was married who had a wife on the other side of town. He stayed with us and never went, but there was things that was going on that I knew in my mind. I didn't know the whole story, but it affected me. And we as women have to understand, we have to connect the daddy dots. We have to go through the process of understanding why I think so little of myself, that I would share a man, that I would sleep with somebody's husband and say, it ain't my problem, he's the one that's married. No, chick, it's a character flaw in you that you wouldn't think that that's gonna hurt another woman. That doesn't bother you. You got issues too.
But that's the point. We don't want to be honest with ourselves, because honesty makes you have to deal with what you're going through.
Right.
And nobody wants to do that.
Because you got to be frank about it, and you have to be true to yourself.
You got to be honest about it to yourself. You got to look yourself in the mirror, and many people don't do that, and say, listen.
Right. Here it is. Right. This is what you are.
Your shit is wrong.
Your shit is wrong.
Yes.
What are you doing? You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And
it's the people around you.
Right.
Right.
I have people around me who I give permission to check me. You better check your circle, because if your people letting you out here run amok and disrespect your own body, if your boys is letting you stick your penis in women and disrespect your wife, and they come to your house and sit in your wife's face and they know that she a good woman, your boys ain't shit. I'm sorry. And ladies, if you want to know about the man that you're dealing with, look at the company that he keeps. If he running with dogs, sis, he a dog, okay? He not sitting at the bar while they talking to other chicks and not engaging. I'm sorry. And we got to be real with ourselves, because, oh, no, those are his friends and they do this and they do that. I remember a conversation I heard, and I'm not going to put people's names out here, but a dude was talking to another dude saying, I'm having to get out of my house. It's cool if you bring your side. It's cool if you bring your side piece. And I was like, what? And I'm listening to these two
Trey,
dudes,
hold on for 1 second. Someone just called. Hello?
Okay.
Hello?
Hello, hi. Who's speaking? You're on the show.
Oh, I am so sorry. Well, first, this is Affinity, but I thought this was just to listen in because my laptop.
Hi, Affinity.
Hey, Affinity.
You missed the show yesterday. I hope you coming on Wednesday to perform on Mad Wednesday.
Well, you could tune in on Facebook Live on Maria's Facebook page.
I'll send it to you. I'll send you the link. Did you want to say something, Affinity? Were you listening?
No, she thought this was a listening line.
I'm at work right now. I was trying to get it on my laptop, but my laptop died. So I was like, okay, maybe I can call and listen in. I didn't realize.
I'll send it to your phone so you can be on the Zoom.
Yes.
That's okay. That's my little young sister. She's the best.
Ended up on the show. How about that?
That's Affinity. Oh, Affinity, what's your number? Lord, girl, what's your number?
Don't say
it on the air.
I think I can show it to you. Hold on.
Okay, because
it came up. Hold on. Because everybody be calling Affinity.
Coach Trey, finish your thought.
Nah,
Coach
go ahead, Trey. Finish your thought. And so you're not gonna say the person's name.
Oh no, I don't have it.
Right. I'm not going to say a person's name, but I remember two dudes, having a conversation with each other in front of me and saying, yeah, I'm giving the cookout, next week, if you, he's like, I'm not sure if I could come. He's like, oh, it's cool if you bring your side piece. And I'm just looking like, excuse me. And I'm saying to myself, oh, this is who this person hangs around. And that's cool amongst them, that he would be able to bring his side piece and he has a wife. Come on, and so many women think that their man is the only one that's not. And that's just not true. And all men don't cheat, but when men get to a level of maturity, they avoid the drama. They like, don't bring that to my door, dude. I'll go out with you and smoke a cigar at the cigar bar when you're not doing that, or we could kick it and go play pool. Right. But they don't want to be when they get to a certain level of maturity. And I've interviewed over 50 men on my podcast who said, once I was at another level in my life, I didn't want to be around that dude. I was trying to bring him into what I was doing.
That's
and
right.
When he wasn't interested, I just let him go his own way. So when you are with a man and he's not hanging with the same boys, then you know that there's some level of maturing that's going on, because he doesn't want to be bothered with that. And it's the same thing with women. My mother and Maria, I'm sure your mom said it, birds of a feather flock together.
That's
okay.
Can I address what you just said? Because that's very important, because it came up in my life heavy, right? So the older I get, and once again, the stories that I'm telling you, I was in my 20s, you know what I'm saying? And we all did wild shit in our 20s. Now, as I got into my 30s and 40s, you know, I don't want people to get this thing. They're like, this nigga's doing it now. You know what I'm saying? No, it's not happening now.
You look 25. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's not happening now. So once I got into my 40s and I was still touring, I was still on the road, I was still touring, and I toured with a DJ friend of mine, and he was from another country, and his vibe was, he was a, you know, for lack of a better word, he was a pussy hound, right? So every place we went, his thing was to go out and look for girls. I got to find girls, and girls would come to the hotel room and hold stuff. And I'd go back to the hotel room and watch TV, because that was my vibe. I'm like, you know what? Let me get drunk. I'm going to watch some TV. I'm going to go to sleep, and I'm going to get ready for this flight the next day. What was interesting about that is because we didn't have that common bond, we ended up actually not being friends. We actually ended up not being friends. So we would travel on different flights. We'd stay in different hotels. And the only time that we would see each other was when it was time to go make the money on the stage. That was it. I come to the club, he come to the club, we get on stage. You would think we were the best of friends. And then I would leave the club, and he would leave the club, and he'd go on his way. And you're right. When you're not about that, you don't want to be around that. You know what I'm saying? You're like, I don't want to be around that. Like, that's not what I don't even want to be attached to that, because it feels, for lack of a better word, it feels dirty to you now, right? No matter what you've done, you've evolved as a human being. You're like, you know, that feels kind of dirty.
You feel dirty?
You know what I'm saying?
You felt dirty?
Yeah, I mean, I actually felt dirty.
Shake what your mama gave you.
Yeah, shake what your mama gave you felt dirty.
So
I was like, this
let
is
me
dirty.
get this straight. You were doing on tour, doing a show with the booties shaking in your face, but you behind the scenes, now you're not that guy.
You don't want the booty shaking no more.
Just for the whole thing, right? I wasn't doing that show anymore. I'd evolved totally, right? I was just going out and emceeing a party. And, you know, there'd be women on the stage, and they would do all kinds of stuff, and I would dance with them and everything. And you would really think that, you know, okay, he's going home with somebody, you know? But it was the show. It was part of the show, and as an entertainer, you do your show. But after that, you know, you get the office. You get a girl, oh, where you going? Are you going to your room? What are you going to do? Nah, Mom, I'm good. You know, I'm out. And I would go to my hotel room and just watch TV, and then the next one I get up and go to the pool and do other stuff, because I was no longer, you know, part of that energy. You know what I'm saying? Once again, at 40, I had already evolved. At 40.
Already kicked in.
Yeah.
So what age did you decide you don't want the booty shaking no more?
Was it a gradual, or was it cold turkey?
Or was somebody's booty not clean? What made you not
What
want...
changed your trajectory? Right? Okay, all right, fair enough.
Was it too much booty in your eyes?
You know, some of it is what y'all are talking. Some of that is what y'all are talking about. You know what I'm saying? When you're traveling with that many women, right? That many strippers, and at any given point, it was anywhere between.
They were strippers.
Oh no, they were actually strippers. They were actually
getting good.
Yeah, they were actually working women that used to dance for me when I was doing the show. When I came and did your show, they were strippers, right? I hired them for the night. They come in, they become part of the group.
How much did you pay them?
They usually got about like $400 for the night, for an hour's work. It was hours work.
A piece? Because you had a lot of women up there.
$400 a piece.
Well, I know you ain't get paid for my show, so they must have did it for free.
Yeah, that was a freebie. I'm doing Maria Davis just coming to good promotion, right? I had to go with the promotion thing. But the thing was, in that, you had to deal with a lot. You had to deal with their day-to-day baggage, and that got heavy for me. That got heavy that got heavy because now these are women that I wasn't involved with, but they were working for me. But still, they looked up to me as the father figure, the person in the group, and they all needed different things, and they had different problems, and you had to hear all that stuff that y'all talking about, and we wasn't even involved. That's the crazy thing. It's just that the dynamic of the relationship brought that energy that you're talking about.
Like a hairstylist has to, you sit in a chair and you telling them your whole life story.
Right. And I couldn't bear that anymore. I was like, listen, I can't do this. Like, this is just taking too much of my time during the day. And it would be simple stuff. Oh, I need to go get my nails done, blah, blah. And then it could be as advanced as, you know, I was out and my boyfriend beat me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it would be that, right? And then me being me, I would have to respond to that. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't that you just beat this person that worked for me that happened to be a female. I'm going to come and deal with you now. You know what I'm saying? So when those things was happening, it was taking up too much time in my life, and it was a lot of negative things that were happening behind that shit. You know what I'm saying? So eventually I didn't do that anymore, and then I continued on just kind of doing it myself, which henceforth brings me to my DJ, that we didn't vibe. You know what I'm saying? He would go do his thing, and like I said, it felt dirty. You know what I'm saying? It was like, oh, that's dirty. Like, why third girl, in the same country? Like, why? Why are we doing that? So, so I get exactly what you're saying.
Yep.
When you're not down with that program, you lose friends.
You do. And even women too. To that point, women don't, like, even to the point now where I don't really drink. Like, I'll do wine. Like, I used to be the shot queen. Like, I used to be able to drink a man under the table when I was about 25 years old. I could take any man out with shots of Cavassier or whatever, shots of Patron. And when I started to shift out of that part of my life and I only drink wine now, people started distancing themselves from me. Yeah. Even, like, I had a conversation with my brothers and sisters once they came to town, and I really wasn't drinking because I had stuff to do. I was hosting or whatever, and they were like, come on. And, they got mad at me. And I was like, okay. So I had to call them, like, when they got back at home, and was like, listen, if you don't judge me for changing, I won't judge you because you haven't, right? Like, if you don't judge me because I changed, I won't change. I won't judge
That's
you
deep.
because you haven't. You don't have to not invite me to stuff, or you don't have to not have me around because, I've changed. Like, I don't like waking up with a hangover. I did that. I know what that feels like. I know when I get to my limit with a glass of wine, I know, like, tomorrow, don't drink that. You're going to have a headache. But if you still cool with that, then that's cool. That's you. And it's the same thing with the women that I'm around. I want to be around women who are motivated, empowered, really evolving, that make me want to go higher, be better, do things, get education, have a better job, live in a better neighborhood, write a book. I don't want to be around women who are just out here having fun anymore. And I have fun, but my level of fun is different than Cardi B's level of fun. And we, as women of a certain age, we should be putting that message out there to the young women and telling them that, nah, we good. I have a couple of friends who are like 10 years younger than me. They still out there, but I told them, listen, you should have caught me 20 years ago. Like, we met in a part, and when I was in the process of transitioning, but you going out at 11 o'clock, I'm going to bed at 11 o'clock. Like, you talking about meet me at the whatever at 11. I'm like, 11? Can't we do 8? You like, nah, so when we begin to evolve, people who are not growing and evolving and becoming who they should be at their own pace will separate and distance themselves from us. And you have to be okay with that. And you have to make better decisions for yourself. And young ladies right now, the one thing I could say I'm thankful for, guys, is that while we were out doing dirt and stuff, there was no cloud. And the young ladies and the young men right now have to understand that everything you do is in the cloud. It's not going anywhere ever, right? Your kids are going to be able to pull up you on a screen having sex with somebody. Your kids are going to be able to pull up you on a screen with a thong bent over with a lollipop between your legs.
Good Lord.
Your kids, your husband, your future husband
telling the truth.
is going to be able to pull this stuff up, and you're not realizing this. You're thinking that your parents or your auntie or your older person or somebody who's trying to save you from yourself. I'm telling you, one day you are going to be 35. You are going to be 42. You are going to be 52. And there are going to be things out there that you are going to be ashamed and embarrassed of that you cannot pull down. Again, and to God be the glory, Jesus, Father, Christ, the Holy Spirit, and all the disciples, that those things were not out there when I was running the streets. Because right now, I'd be so embarrassed to my children. I probably wouldn't be, you have to really think about what you want to be in the future. Where do you want to go in the future? Because everything you do, your words and your actions are like a boomerang, and they're coming back to find you eventually. And I'm not going to be all churchy, but you reap what you sow. There will be consequences to your actions, good, bad, or indifferent. If you sleep with somebody's husband, she might come and knock you out. You might get a disease.
Might get shot.
Your husband might cheat on you.
Might get shot.
You might get shot. But whatever you do is coming back to find you. I promise you, it came back. The roost came to roost on me. And it didn't feel good. So just be careful. And as women, we got to do so much better when it comes to relationships and the bar that we're setting for our young ladies. It is not about money. You get your own money. When you are sleeping with a man to get purses and
jewelry
and jewelry and money
and Birkin bags and Gucci
you are a prostitute. When you trade favors for something, you are selling yourself. And I'm sorry to say it so harsh, but when you want something and that man is expecting something in return, you are prostituting yourself. And I feel so sorry for our young ladies that they think that this is normal. It is not normal for men to pay you for sex, to buy, just because they don't give you a stack. When they give you that Birkin bag or them red bottoms or that belt buckle or that fur coat or whatever they give you, when they pay your rent, they are prostituting you. We got to do better. We got to do better as women. We have to really do better as older women, because we have sunken. Well, I'm not going to say we, but I'm just saying we in general as them, but we are women too, that we have gone to a new low. And the sad part about it, I was just talking to my best friend before I got on here. The sad part about it is now the women are the aggressors. They are in the married inboxes. It's not
asking men to marry them and all.
Yeah. Now, I know you got a girl, but she ain't doing it right. Or if you ever need, shame on you, chick. You are nasty. And women always talking about, I'm not a home wrecker. If you're sleeping with somebody's husband, you are a home wrecker. He is too, but you part of the equation. And I always tell women when I go do my conferences and my talks, cheating is a form of abuse. And if you are knowingly sleeping with somebody's husband, boyfriend, or fiance, you're an abuser. And if they have children, you are a child abuser. Just because they don't know your name or your face does not mean that you are not affecting them in a negative way. When that man is arguing with her to get out the house with you, you are part of the equation. When he is not at that child's basketball, football game because he is laid up somewhere with you, you are molding that child's life to have an absent father and abandonment issues. We have to really take accountability and ownership of our stuff, ladies. If we want our homes to be better, our communities to be better, and our lives to be better, we have to be accountable for the part that we play in this. We are one of the major breakdowns of the nucleus family, the African-American nucleus family. It is us. We are the antidote to the infidelity epidemic if we simply honor, guard, and respect each other's relationships and hold our Black men to a higher level.
I concur with that.
I like that. I like that. Trey, I don't want you to say no more because we have a part 2 next week. We got to get 100 people on here.
I'm so excited. Like, I'm loving this conversation.
Yeah, we gonna have part 2 because we got to get to the root of some stuff.
But before we let Trey go, Trey, how did you overcome all the drama and frustration and embarrassment with the infidelity that you committed? How did you bounce back and find joy in life?
I just shared my truth with the world. One day I got on Periscope one morning. Periscope it was part of Twitter. It was a live broadcast like this. I got on every morning at 9:00. And one day I just woke up and I just started sharing my story about infidelity. And I just said, good morning, welcome to Coffee with T, and I'm T. And I just started sharing, and I wrote my book, and I just started being really transparent. And I turned it around that I wanted to help families. And in my despair, I found my purpose. And I want people to understand, you are not your biggest mistake. You are your better choices. So when you find that in you, that you are ready to turn your life around, you have to let go of the embarrassment, right? Did y'all ever hear about that book, The Scarlet Letter? I had to read it back in high school. The lady slept with the man in the town, and they made her walk around with the scarlet letter A on, the adultery letter, right? And I never understood that book until I got where I was, but I turned my life around because I made a choice. Everybody that's here right now, that's listening right now, I just want you to understand, you are where you are based on your choices. If you don't like where you are in your life, make better choices. It is nobody else. It is you. We have all done things and fallen short of the mark. I went and got me a life coach because I did not have life skills. My mother was not she was a great mother. She just didn't have certain skills. I didn't even know about help. She didn't know how to help me fill out a college application. But I went and got a life coach. And the one thing she said to me, and then I'm going to end this. The one thing she said to me was, Trey, I'm not asking you about anybody else. I'm asking you about you. I need you to locate yourself. And in that moment in my life, I knew that I was lost. So I started to begin to she started to begin to ask me some real questions. And she started to navigate me toward what was important inside of me, my purpose and my passion. And that's how I began my journey of helping other women. Most of the time, whatever you went through, and I always use Maria as an example, and I hope she don't mind right now, that God will put something on us or let us go through something because he knows that we'll be the person to share that thing. Whatever that thing is, whether it is the diagnosis of HIV, whether it is the adultery, whether it is the prostitution, whether you were the woman that got the abortion, God has put a mission and a purpose on our life, and he knows what to give us. He knows what we won't share, because some stuff you'll never know about me, but he knew I would be the woman to share the story of infidelity to help families.
Incredible.
Wow.
I got to tell you, or I have to ask you, after that morning, right, when you transitioned, right, because you went from one thing literally to the next, right, and you spoke your truth on Periscope, were you able to sleep better at night?
Yes, I really was.
Yeah.
I was just free. I just felt like, hey.
Like her weight was off of your shoulders.
Yeah, and Wendy Williams said it best in her book, though, and God bless Wendy, we praying for her. She said, you should tell it all so nobody else could tell it.
That's right.
So once it was all out there was nothing left for me to be ashamed of, because nobody could come from behind me and say, oh, Trey did this or Trey did that. I was like, I already told what you got for me now. Like, I'm free. Just, I didn't say it out loud.
Yeah.
You know my favorite movie is 8 Mile with Eminem. And remember, all those guys he would be afraid to rap and really battle against the guys because they knew he was trailer. He came from the trailer
trash,
and they had all these negative, and they would use that against him. And then I remember the last rap that he did, and he said, yeah, I'm trailer trash. Yeah, my mother did so-and-so. Yeah, this and that. Yeah, she tried to kill herself and dropped the mic, said, now talk about me.
Yeah, there you go.
And they had no power.
There was no power.
And the guy got up there and he was mumbles.
Yeah.
I loved it.
He took all the power from him. The power was everything that was wrong about me, I allowed you to say it. But once I said it, you had no power.
You had no power in it. That's incredible.
That's my favorite part of 8 Mile.
I say that all the time. Truth plus transparency equals healing.
And freedom.
Yes.
And freedom. I remember that because I did something similar to what you did, and I told a truth that I had, that had gone on for years, you know what I'm saying? And when I did that night, I slept really, really well. You know what I'm saying? I slept really good. And I
what was it?
I was good. It's fair. Listen, it's fair because it's out there, right? What happened was on, before the 9-woman thing, right?
So it was another woman before the 9 women?
No.
So it was 10?
No. There was between the ages of about 19 and about 24, 25, 26. I had a lot of kids. I had 5 kids during that time frame, but I had 5 kids from 5 women, right? And they were all in different places. They were basically, some of them were actually in different apartments that I owned. That they were my apartments and they were there. You know what I'm saying? So I technically had 5 families, but I had 5 individual families, right? And so none of the kids knew each other, right? Up until the time when I went to a seminar that was kind of like this, and big shout out to Bishop Jordan.
Oh.
Because Bishop Jordan was instrumental in that, and he had me at this seminar, and he's like, rock. And I told him the story. I told him the whole story. And he's like, listen, you got to come to this seminar. It's called I Communicate with Gene Lloyd, and it'll do wonders for you. And the one thing that my mom had been trying to get me to do for years, Gene Lloyd and Bishop Jordan got me to do it in a weekend.
Wow.
And in that weekend, he was like, you got to call your kids and let them know that they got brothers and sisters. And I was like, how am I going to do this? Oh, my God. And I was sweating. And I said, you know what? Let's just start with the first one. Picked up the phone, called my daughter. I was like, hey, how you doing? It was a Sunday. I never forget it. I said, you got a brother? I got a brother. I know I got a brother. No, you got a brother from me. And then I put the brother on the phone. And then I put the sister on the phone. And then I put the other one on the phone. And now we had a party line. And they're all talking to each other.
Wow.
Right? And then for the first time, I saw myself in each one of my kids. Because each one of them were talking, and I was like, oh, shit, well, that's that part of me, and that's that. And they all just kind of came together. And then they all kind of, at one point, that dynamic changes, right? They enjoyed each other, and then, like for about a week, they all got together, they had a barbecue, and then they hated me for about a few days, and they were like, all right, you know what? That's our dad, whatever. But the power in that was so crazy because of unification, and that's kind of why I'd asked you about that earlier. The unification of all the kids made everything that I was doing more powerful because then they all became very involved in what I was doing. You know what I'm saying? Because they were all adults by this time. They were all in their late 20s and 30s when I actually did this thing. You know what I'm saying? But that night, I slept like a baby.
I know that's right.
I slept like a baby, which evolved me into now where I perpetually live in truth. If you don't like what I got to say, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to say it. I ain't going to lie about it, and I ain't going to front on it. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't sleep at night when you hiding something. You can't have a good relationship if you hiding something. You can't. You can't have a good relationship. And I'm talking about even if you tell the white lie. That's a snowball of some shit. You understand what I'm saying? If you in traffic and you late, yo, I'm late, I'm in traffic. Don't make it up. Yo, I overslept. Fuck it. I'll be there in 30 minutes. My bad. You know what I'm saying? Don't create these things because those little lies
turn into big ones.
And that'll fuck your relationship quicker than a bullet. You know what I'm saying? So, I just remember, that's a little bit of my journey. You know what I'm saying? The story's long, but we'd end up being on the air for 3 hours if I told you.
We need to get some men on next week. We're gonna take this to a whole nother level. We're gonna get like 25 men on because we need to have them in this conversation.
And Coach Trey.
Yeah. Oh no, I hope you ain't busy next week. Look, I'm taking up 2 weeks now. I hope you ain't busy next week.
I think I'm good. I'll check. I think I'm good.
All right, because we want to like really take this to a whole nother level and get some.
Maybe we should do it on a regular basis.
I think she's great coach and inspirational.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like
how else are we gonna reach the young people unless we talk about it on a regular?
Yeah. I definitely think y'all should do at least once a month.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That you come on and then,
all right.
And we talk. And I enjoyed having this conversation with you and this dialogue.
Thank you for sharing as a man. I really I just want people to understand that men have been taught to shut down, hide, and they've been taught that it's normal to suppress how they feel. They've been taught that they don't deserve to be free. They've been taught that when they speak their truth, they're going to be punished. There was a guy that told me really quickly, I said, why don't men tell women the truth? I said, why are you telling me the truth? He said, every time women say, tell me the truth, I can handle the truth. When it's your woman that you're sleeping with, whatever. He said, every time we can go to the barbershop, he said, I can talk to you, but I know if I tell my woman the truth, the whole truth, and she tells me I will be punished. Either she won't cook, she won't sleep with me, she'll have an attitude. Right. So this is why we refrain from telling the truth.
Take
so
the
ladies,
kids.
Take the kids.
That's the biggest one, taking the kids.
You can't expect somebody and men been dealing with this all their lives. Their mother, tell me the truth, you're not gonna get a whooping, and then you tell the truth and she whooped them. So men have been dealing with this all their lives. So ladies, we have to allow them to speak their truth without there being a punishment behind it. Sucking your teeth, slamming the door, not sleeping with him, not cooking. You are telling him that this is not a safe space to be honest. So I'm going to tell this little white lie, even if it is me being in traffic. I'm going to make something up that sounds good to you. So we got to be careful how we're handling men and how we receive the truth from them. Because women, we will say, tell the truth, and then we'll want the truth to be what we want to hear. Right. That is not the truth. That's what you want to hear.
That ain't the truth.
That is not the truth.
That's a whole other conversation for the ladies.
What's up, Lazy Lays?
Oh, what's up now? Listen, I'm hearing you talking about relationships.
We knew it.
I love this. I love this conversation. Hi, Maria. How are you?
I love you, Lays.
I love you too, my sister. Let me say this to you. I love what this sister was just talking about as pertains to relationships. And let me tell you something. It's the microaggressions that we always don't pay attention to. You see, I was talking about this a while ago about the microaggressions in relationships. See, that's where the work comes in. You got to fix those microaggressions. You know, the little things, like he walks in front of you. Now he doesn't walk with you, doesn't hold your hand, and then she doesn't do the little things in his life. I ain't washing his clothes.
Right.
I'm cleaning around him. I'm cleaning everything but his stuff. I'm washing the kids' clothes, but I don't wash his clothes. These are microaggressions that ultimately become larger in time, and these are tell signs of a toxic cancer in your relationship you have to fix. I think if you fix the microaggressions in the relationship, you will be better and stronger, and you will unite more as a people.
Were those personal experiences, Lays?
Well, no. But yeah, yes and no, because I've been in enough situations, you know what I'm saying?
we're old enough for that to have happened. You know, so it doesn't have to be now.
Lays, Rock needed you bad. He needed you desperately early.
Man, they tried to do the wait and exhale shit on me, Lays. It got heavy in this seat.
That's why I came in to rescue my man, but I was busy. I was on the phone. But listen, Maria, I was on the phone representing for our community. I was on the phone with some guys from Harvard, and we had just got my buddy a fellowship at Harvard University, where now my company is building a broadcast station for Harvard University and also for a poor school in Roxbury, and we're donating $500,000 to build a studio in Roxbury. And shout out to Fox, shout out to all of the different people that are donating, and Robert Kraft from the New England Patriots, and all the people that are donating. And it took us to get in there and really grind that out for the community. Yeah, we're going to build it for Harvard, but we're going to go across the street and build it for Roxbury also.
Right.
That's what I was doing while y'all was rocking. But, you know, this is all about our people, and it's all about us activating. Activating doesn't mean marching. Sometimes activating means doing the work. If you don't do the work, we spend so much time partying. Like I was listening to a record, and the record says, Boogie Black just stepped in the club about 3:30. I said, if you in the club at 3:30, yeah, that means you ain't sleeping. That means somebody's getting up in the morning.
Oh, Lord. They shouldn't have said 3:30 with Lays, because I be trying to get Lays to come out at 8 p.m. He be like, girl, that's too late.
But ain't that your friend Boogie Black?
Yeah, Boogie Black. Boogie Black drink too much Hennessy, honey.
Hey, listen, I call my friends out. Listen, and I'm not going to be mad at Boogie Black, because at the end of the day, when I was young, I drank a lot too. So, and listen, then I had not stopped. As a matter of fact, I got a bottle of Talisker in my hand right now.
Oh,
but
Lord.
The difference is I'm going to be in my house by 9:30.
Trey, this is my beloved Lays. He's our family. He works with OSG. He's an incredible. Him and Rock together. They rocking out, building studios in schools where underprivileged children, broadcast rooms for underprivileged children. He plays golf. He keeps promising me he's gonna take me on the golf course, but it's cold now, so he has an excuse. But
I got an excuse.
But an incredible human being, right to the spring. Then he can't have no more excuses. Incredible human beings. Trey, you got to do his show. His show is 6:00 in the morning, girl. I done did it twice. I had to do it with one eye open, one eye closed.
That's right, but we're going to get up at 6:00 in the morning, because listen, at the end of the day, what we should worry about is the day that we can't get up at 6 in the morning.
Amen. Say it, clap it up. Clap it up. I'm alive. I'm awake.
That's right.
I'm up. Yes.
I love it.
I get to go to sleep.
And an older white guy told me this story, man. There's an old white guy friend of mine who played golf. He said, Lays, when it's all over, don't worry about it. He said, but never stop working. He said, the day you stop working, that's the day that you really decide that you don't want to be here no more. So you got to keep working.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna work until they come. God gonna come get me. He's gonna knock on my office door and be like, "Hey man, come on man, you got to go. Get away from the office."
I said the same thing.
It's over.
That's right. I'm gonna be begging. God gonna be saying it's time to go. I'm gonna be like, can I have just a couple of more? You remember in the Bible, somebody asked for 15 more years. I forgot the whole story, but he said, God, I need another couple of years, and God said, okay, that's gonna be me. He's gonna be like, Maria's time. I'll be like, God, not yet.
Yep, that's it.
If you spend your time in service, you understand, right? If you spend your time in service, then it's for purpose. And I'm glad that at this point in my life, they woke me up to be of service, not just to myself, but to my community. And the way you can serve your community is just by doing good work every day. It doesn't mean you can fix every problem every day, but you can fix a problem a day.
That's right.
So how about that? Let's work
How
on,
about
let's work on
that?
a
Clap
problem
on
a day.
that. Lays, I need you back in here. Wait, Trey, I had Lays in here, girl. He was pushing horn for himself. Then he was playing music. Like every topic I talked about, he found a sign. Like I was like, the people don't want to take the vaccine. Let's find vaccine music. And then he found vaccine music. And then I said, they don't want to listen. He said, let's find some I don't want to listen music.
I love it.
You absolutely do that.
Listen, all I'm saying to my sisters, I love it. I love the energy, what you're doing. I think that is important. And the communication is important. Like they said one thing. They said communication and fire are the oldest things in human history. We've mastered fire, but we have not yet mastered communication. We got to work on communicating.
Mm-hmm.
So, Lays, let me ask you, is monogamy still alive in 2020?
First of all, monogamy never was real. Monogamy is a myth. Okay, it was never real. At the end of the day,
shit just got hot now. Oh, shit. Yo, Lays, heads just turned.
Go straight.
Go for it.
Go straight to the rescue.
Brother, I'm in the room with two women, man. Please.
let me stop you and let me just say this to you. And I need you to understand. That mine? This and this? Oh, that's awesome. Thank you so much. Yeah, keep it open. Let me say this to you. I'm not saying that you can't love your partner for the rest of your life. I learned that. I learned that it's about who you're going to walk into this hole with, who you're going to spend your life with. That's something that you need to choose. I mean, I'm 55 years old, and at the end of the day, I'm not running around chasing women and all that stuff. Like I'm not 30. And that's something that men grow and learn to do in their life. But I tell you, for me, monogamy is for me because it's my choice, because that's who I want to be with. But if I didn't want to be monogamous, I would be honest about it. I would say, listen, it's time for me to go out there and chase some more oats. But I ain't got no more oats to chase at 55 years old. I'm comfortable with myself. I'm happy. And listen, she get on my nerves and I get on her nerves, and we're happy with the nerves that we get on. We can deal with that. But the key to that situation is open the door, hold her hand, and let her do your laundry and maybe cook dinner for you once in a while. And then make sure when you come home and rub his back, let him know that he's loved and let her know that she's loved. That makes monogamy a whole lot easier. But if you don't want to be with that person, I don't think you should be with a person that you don't want to be with. At the end of the day, don't torture yourself. Move on. 9 billion people on this planet. A lot of places to go to find love if you ain't got it in your home.
No, that's true. But Lays, what about the ones who want to have their cake and eat it too? So I have a friend, a girl called me the other day. I was seeing somebody, and the woman called me, and she said, "Are you seeing so-and-so?" And I said, "What did they say?" And she said, "Well, he said he's not seeing you." And I said, "Oh, really?" And she said, "Yeah." And she said, "I'm just calling you because I've seen your number pop up a couple of times. And every time I say something to him, he's like, oh, yeah, you know."
First of all, she shouldn't be fishing. She shouldn't be fishing, first of all. If you got to chase, if she with him and she got to call you about what's going on in his life, then that's a big problem. Yeah. First and foremost. And a lot of time we be spending so much time lying and fishing. First of all, you got to stop lying. If you stop lying, then that fixes the monogamy questions. Because you're being honest with your partner. You say, this is where I want to be. I'm here because I want to be here. All right? I'm here because I want to be here. Not
another woman. Listen, if you got to call another woman, it's over. If I got to be calling folks, I did that in my 20s. I really did. 2025, I called women. He, me, we did. At a certain age, if you have to call around other women and degrade yourself, sis, just let go. Just because you don't have no trust. Even if he's not sleeping with the other woman or doing anything, you have trust issues. So you're not even going to sleep at night. So why are you even putting yourself through that? Because it's not him, it's you. If I got to go.
Well, I agree with that. I agree with that.
And his phone was dead, and she plugged it up.
Oh, she charged it.
She charged the phone, and she saw my number.
Well, thank you for charging my phone, but here's the thing. Let me just say this.
You silly Lace. He said, thank you for charging my phone.
Thank you for charging my phone, Maria. Thank you.
But But let me just say this to you. You got to say what you're going to accept. If you have to call her, either you could say, I'm going to accept the fact that him and Maria might be having their own situation. And you just sometimes want to deal with it and just let it go, or decide to stay in a relationship. But at the end of the day, you have to when you have to chase for other people, that means there's a lack of confidence in yourself. And don't look to him to fix that. There's something you got to fix within yourself.
But you're going to laugh
at you.
I became her therapist because after she called me and I said, well, yes, I've been seeing him for a very long time, off and on. And she was like, what? And I said, yeah. She said, but he told me he wasn't seeing. I said, oh, I know what he told you, but I'm telling you what it is.
I'm telling you the truth. Yeah.
Right. And so she knew I was telling the truth because I had texted him. I said, are you seeing somebody else? And he said no. And she read it.
Yeah, so hold on now. What kind of creepy therapy you talking about now? You
Wait a minute, because I didn't know he was seeing somebody else.
Right.
So I'm just asking a question because you acting weird right now.
Right, you strange.
And so she hung up, and then she must have gotten a cab, and then she.
Any of y'all married? Is anybody married in this conversation?
No, I don't care. She gave me the information. Lays, she gave me.
Everybody grown.
Yes, she gave me the information I needed, and I said to her, if you continue to go on with him, I understand, but I will not be.
Right.
Right.
Now, what kind of magic stick this man swinging around? Because obviously he seems to have a lot of.
The saying goes like this. Robin says this all the time. She says there are no victims, there are only participants.
Yeah, but wait, but it gets even better. Yeah. She started telling me how she just left him she'd been going with him for 2.5 years. I was like, oh, really? And then she started telling me how she just broke up with him and it wasn't about me, it was another woman. He's 55 years old. Why do he got to go outside? And I just listened to what she was saying.
Why is he doing that at 55?
And
listen, I got the remedy.
Pills he taking?
Tell. Yeah. Okay, that's funny, right? But this is the remedy I got. It's the remedy. The remedy is to put some money together and go take a self trip and go self-evaluate. That's all you got to do.
Yeah.
Get away. Space makes the heart grow fonder. And you get to see where you are. Because sometimes you're in that cloud of a relationship and it seems like you can't get away. I was talking to one of my friends in Atlanta. Atlanta's got a big problem like that because there's so many women in Atlanta.
Oh yeah. Well, first of all, you don't know who's a man in Atlanta. But go ahead.
Listen, I'm not here to pass judgment on nobody. But I've seen a man with Timberland boots and a kufi and his shirt cut to the middle of his belly, and he was talking like a woman. And I was like, listen, what's going on in Atlanta?
Hey, the women are saying don't go to Atlanta to look for a man. That's what the women saying to live in Atlanta. Go ahead.
So they got a lot of women in Atlanta. She was going through a situation where the guy was being like that. And she said, how do I deal with this? So I started coaching. I said, listen, what we going to do? You got some money? She said, yeah, I've been saving some money because I've been working. Because most of these women are working and making good money. I said, take your money and go take a trip by yourself. Just for a month. Go someplace and travel for a month and just realize how big and small this world is. And realize how unimportant that man is once you get him out of your system. Sometimes you gotta get people out of your system.
Amen.
Sometimes we're so oppressed and we're so encaged by these people. We're in cages by these people. Sometimes you gotta let that man go. And you realize that he's insignificant. You know how many women I left because they were insignificant? I would just go, listen, I got to go. And I would just walk right away and I would never see him again. And I would be so happy about that because at the end of the day, I felt that I was, oh man, I can't lose this woman. But then once I left her, I was like, wait a minute, what was I doing? Sometimes you got to let go. The hardest thing to do and the easiest thing to do is sometimes is letting go.
Amen.
9 billion.
We ain't gonna. What we not gonna do, ladies? To all the ladies that's listening, when you find a woman's number in a man's phone and y'all decide to have, what we not gonna do is compare notes. Don't call me talking about another man. I'm too grown for that. I'm not gonna talk to you. I don't know what you're doing. Thank you for the information. You ain't got to worry about me no more. But don't call me no more because I ain't about to have these conversations with you. I don't know what he doing. I don't know what you doing, but I'm no longer part of that equation. Women will call each other and have conversations about, he was here on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Back in July of 2021, was you with him? We're not doing that. Just, you can have them. You better than me. And when a black person say you better than me, that means you stupid. but you better than me. So
that's what I said to her. I said you better than me because he's with you and he ain't with me. And she was like, no.
Well, what's up? You don't know who's lying. First of all, you don't know who's lying. First of all, you don't know who's lying. First and foremost, and secondly, my father said this to me, God bless his soul. He said, "Boy, don't you ever invite the devil into your house. So don't call looking for no problem.
Sure.
Don't invite the devil in your house."
That's it.
And listen,
like
at the end of the day, if your relationship is working, and she might be out there doing something, or he might be out there doing something that's working in your house, sometimes it's better not to know. Just don't tell me. As long as it's working, leave me alone. Now,
I can only say that I've seen that go wrong too, where the woman called, and then gets played by the other woman. Woman like, and why are you calling me now? Like, what are you talking about? Like, what's that about?
Tashana says, but men do the same thing. Men make calls too. Matter of fact, some men talk more than women.
What do you say about that, Lays?
Well, first of all, I ain't never calling no man about my woman.
That's for damn sure.
Lays, that's because you fine.
That's for damn. We ain't cut from that mold, baby.
I can see Lays now. Are you messing with my damn woman? I'm a MOP you.
What? No, let me tell you why. Let me tell you why.
Non-conversation.
I wouldn't want to give a man that much over me that he would think that he would be that important to me.
Word.
Hey, listen, my buddy just came here. We're going to have a conversation. Ladies, this is a great conversation. Maria, I love you. And you guys take care. And all I'm saying is don't call nobody to your house, okay? That's all I got. Y'all have a great evening.
I'll see you later, ladies. Just for
I love Lays. Lays just come in and just add
shit to it. Yeah, he added another half hour, 45 minutes to the show. Just a big, just shameless plug. Make sure you subscribe to Maria Davis podcast on Facebook. We need to get the numbers up on that, and also on the YouTube channel. It's Groovy Track, GROOVEYTRAC. I did put it in the chat in the Zoom. Please hit the subscribe button so you get the notification. We're trying to monetize these pages, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, once we get to a certain amount of subscribers, then we can distribute money amongst the shows. So we're trying to get our subscriptions up. So if you can please subscribe at Groovy Track, where you'll see Maria's shows, you'll see all the Boardwalk Global Media shows and all that stuff. Hit the subscribe button. So I wanted to put in the shameless plug because Robin's in the chat room directing me. She's on YouTube right now.
And don't forget, Mad Wednesday is this Wednesday the 15th. We will be celebrating Renee Mickens' birthday and Jacqueline Allman. And Can't Be Silenced podcast next Monday, part 2 with Dr. Trey. Dr. Trey Love.
Trey Love, you coming back?
Yes.
I'm so open.
Yes, we gonna have some. I'm gonna have some questions, mind-boggling questions next week.
You gotta get some men in this room, so
it
was only me, Amir, and Lays against a sea of women.
We're gonna get talent next week.
If you can, that'd be great.
Yeah, we're gonna get talent because that talent will just.
Lord Finesse,
we gonna get Lord Finesse in here too.
We should definitely do that.
Yeah, so that's gonna be part 2. We're gonna start promoting that right now. So you're gonna see Dr. Trey's same picture because it looks fabulous.
Dr. Trey, can you handle all those men in the room?
She ain't gonna have no problem.
I ain't gonna have no problem.
They're gonna be saying, Dr. Love, she can cure my every pain.
I was ready.
So we want to thank everyone that came in the room. As usual, Deirdre Fisher Kemp. As usual, Renee Mickens. As usual, Tashana Pace. We want to thank Amir for checking in.
Callie, Tashana.
Miss Henry, Miss Callie Henry. We had Affinity on for a little while too.
Daria,
my girl, Daria, PR publicist out of Washington, D.C., Daria.
Yep. Robin was on the YouTube channel.
Robin, shout out to Robin.
Yep. No, that's Deneen. Deneen's sitting over.
We had 32 shares, though.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
Yep, good. 32 people shared it.
All right, so we like that.
37.
Let's do it, y'all.
All right, so Dr. Love, Dr. Trey Love, we will see you next week. When is your show? Tell us how people can contact you.
And your show. Yeah.
Yeah, and your show.
Yes, you can follow me on all things at Trey Kearney, TrayKearney, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, everything's my name, Trey Kearney. Tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can check me and my girls out on a Woman to Woman show where we'll be discussing all things insecurities. Has the media turned us against each other? Has plastic surgery made us insecure? Where does insecurity come from? We're going to uproot them. So tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the New You Nation Network YouTube channel that I just started. So I got to talk to y'all about that because we need to be partnering. I'll be thinking about the money.
Yeah, we need to monetize,
anyway,
baby.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Yes.
So anyway, all things at Trey Kearney. On Instagram, mostly I'm there. And I got to do my little dance tonight. I have a dance challenge for December. Dance every day and post it because life is good. If you can get up and dance, you better do it. So thank you, Maria.
Yes, thank you. This was really, really good.
And
I
the team,
think we
thank
need
y'all
to
so
share
much.
her. I think we need to share her Sunday sermon on the Can't Be Silenced podcast page.
Oh, okay. I love that.
Yeah, let's do
Keep
that.
your legs closed, ladies. Make him give you his last name.
Cross-platform. Let's go.
Let's do it. Let's do it. And send me your stuff and I'll post this.
Okay, yes. For next week, we will have it. This will be a great way to end the year. Because will that be? No. The next week is the 20th, right?
Yeah.
So then the 20th. Okay, but that's okay. We'll end the year with something else. But the 20th is next week. We're going to talk about it. Right, we're going to get them right for 2022. Don't be calling another woman about your man. If you got to call another woman about your man, then he ain't your man.
That's it. Drop the mic.
Drop the mic.
What happened?
Y'all.
I thought that was a drop the mic moment.
Yeah, it was drop the mic, but then we're going to drop it on the Sean Nicole too so people can get our music.
Oh, I got to find it though.
Oh,
I gotta find it because the thing didn't do the thing.
You got a lot of static. What's going on?
Yeah, that's that microphone. It's the cable. I gotta change the cable on it.
Could we change it? How much is the damn cable? I'm at to buy a cable.
How much? Yeah, I got one at home.
And we need a clock in here.
Yeah, we
You
need
need a clock?
Yes.
You want to put a clock up?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, why? Because y'all don't know it's 2 hours?
That's the main thing you're supposed to have in a studio.
You see that? There's a clock right there. There's an hour and 55 minutes.
This is upside down. We can't see this.
Right, we can't even see that, whatever that is. That look like some numbers and buttons from your show.
Then please remind me to buy a clock.
Computer language.
No, I got a clock at home. I got a nice clock.
Bring the clock. I'll put it on the wall.
Where we gonna put it at?
I'll
though?
put it right
Oh,
here.
it has batteries anyway.
Yeah, I put it right here. I put it right on the wall right there so we
Because
can
it's
see.
just hanging in my kitchen.
Yeah, just give it up. Give up the clock.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Anything else you want to say before I hit the button again?
No, please go to Maria Davis website, www.can'tbesilence.org. We have a toy drive too on Wednesday. We want board games because we want families to know what it is to play games together and sit down and talk to each other. Too much social media in the home.
Did you tell them about the cutting room?
Oh, yeah.
We spoke about that
talked
earlier.
about the cut.
Oh, we went hard.
Because Charles got a personal invitation from Carl Brown and he still didn't come.
Yeah, it was a shame. It was a shame. And I felt so bad about
That's
that.
just sad.
And I tried to call Carl today, be like, man, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. You know, listen, it was a long day yesterday at work.
Phenomenal. I'm gonna send you to some video.
Yeah,
Yeah,
please.
it
I'd
was-
like to see it.
It was incredible.
And send it because then next week we can kind of just play little pieces of it.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
true.
Yeah, we can play little pieces of the video. That'll be dope.
That'll be dope. So good night. God bless you. Again, you can also go on my page and make donations because we're going to be sending toys to Burkina Faso, an orphanage out in Africa, as well as on January 1st, we will be doing our Christmas Kwanzaa holiday celebration for our families and our children in our community. So God bless you. I love you. And can't wait to see you again next week. Well, come out Wednesday. You ain't got to wait the next week, Wednesday.
Where's Shrine located?
Oh, Shrine. 2271 Adam Clayton Powell Jr. Boulevard between 133rd and 134th Street on the uptown side, a little after the bus stop.
And what time does the show start?
Show starts, the doors open at 8 p.m. Show starts at 9:30. And we got comedians this week. I got 2 comedians first.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right, so you want to get there early.
Yeah. Big, what's her production? Big Girls Production. Oh my God. Her name is Lisa Rector.
Okay.
Big Girl Promotions. So
All right,
we
so
got
see that
two comedians.
on Wednesday.
Wednesday.
All right, I will definitely be there on Wednesday to celebrate the birthday of Renee Mickens and Jackie.
Jacqueline Alleman. To work the door when you
Yeah, that's
come
what I'm
in.
saying. Yeah, she's the one always give me a hassle when she want to act like she don't know it's me every time.
That's
You know,
good. That's why I train them to
Yeah,
act
she
like.
stressed me out. She's like, where the $10? Where the $10? I'm like, here's the $10, but I come, right? And I'm gonna perform. Now I'm paying to perform. This is out of hand.
That's right. I want your money to perform.
You know what I'm saying? So listen, we will see you on Wednesday. Yes.
Yes.
All right, that's a bet.
And not on Wednesday. We'll see you next Monday at 5 p.m. with Dr. Trey Love.
Can I hit the button now?
Now you can hit the button.
Okay.